at Oran Park. We're ready to go. 25 minutes on the clock. Compulsory pit stop will be having to be taken by every car in this race. Look at them stacked and racked around the corner, underway from the staggered grid, and it's a great start from our pole man. Harley Haber picks up the lead. Jordan Cox is off and rolling quickly, and Ash Sutton will push Garth Tander back to 4th place. Now, turn 1's one thing, turn 2's another. They surely cannot all get through, though they won't. Jordan Cox sideways. Haber's nearly off the road, and it's the GRM driver who manages to pick it all back up.
We continue on now up over the bridge for the first time in race number 1. Harley Haber being chased down by Garth Tander. Brett Holdsworth in 3rd.
Nick Carroll's next, so the 2 Trans Am drivers are in the mix. Then it's Dylan O'Keefe. And have a look here at the gap. That is the margin. Haber to Tander. You'd think that was a video from the VHS days, the way seeing those cars come up and onto the pit straight at Oran Park. Here's the fight between Randall and Ransley, 8th and 9th. Ransley's got a series to worry about, but he needs some points. He needs to get a move here on Thomas Randall. Down at turn 2, he's going to stick it up the inside. He's up on the curb and he has to back out of it. He decided to have a crack and halfway through thought there's not enough here to go on with it.
So Jordan Cox just holds on to 5th place from Ash Sutton, down into turn 1, very taily. Sutton looks to the inside into turn 2, covered off by Jordan Cox. Who was that just went out to the side? That was Jaden Ransley, I believe. Nick Carroll has just run off at turn 1 on the exit as he made his way towards turn 2. And if we go back now with Jordan Cox still under fire, he's up into 4th place at the moment with Ash Sutton right behind him.
And that's Carroll trying to pick it up again and get the momentum going, but Ransley's right on stake from the Trans Am youngster. Tander in 2nd spot. Total replay here. Brett Holdsworth in the TPS group car, who's been running a solid 3rd and has been mega impressive all night in this 7th round of the series. Oh, bumps the fence and hits the pit lane entry.
Oh,
Brett drama.
Brett the Jet.
8 drivers now yet to pit.
I'd be interested to know if Harley Haber's run virtual spotter out there as well, looking for a hole to drop him into as he does his pit stop.
He comes out of pit exit, clear road in front. Oh, that's tight. No. I reckon is that Tom Alexander, who he's done the over and under on to get back in front. Now he's gone cold tyres. It's going to be a question here of getting himself up to pace, getting himself sorted out. In fact, that's Rowan Shepherd, the track tech driver who is one of the wild cards here tonight.
He spotted it perfectly, Harley Haber. He's got a good bit of track in front of him. They've done a great job, and it nearly came unstuck with that move onto him, but I think he's going to hold out here.
So the question now is the rejoin. You can see there, that was Tander just leaving the lane as comes on down. Have a look at this. This is tight. Got him, and he's not the only one. There's a bit of traffic to contend where Tander has some contact. Jordan Cox gets into the side in the GRM car. There's Golding. He's in the mix. That early stop has vaulted him up the order. And now it's still the chase for Haber. He's still in the box seat here. Lap car moving out of the way and letting our front runners get on with things here. So Golding's strategy of pitting earlier has really, really worked out. That's Delberto right behind. Caruso and Delberto had some contact in the last round at Phillip Island, although Delberto's just spun Shepherd in the background and given you some margin, and there's another one spun. A couple of free spots.
That's that. That's what racing's all about, isn't it?
Yeah, you only need 25 more of them.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we started 40th, so slowly getting back there.
So Harley Haber, 8.3 seconds up the road. Less than 5 minutes remaining in this race. Ash Sutton, Garth Tander, Jordan Cox. And Jordo looking very likely to just get well and truly up onto the rear bumper of Garth Tander.
Sinclair did a good job there. The car sales car moved right off the road to the point where he was on the grass, and that also allowed Golding to get on through. So good job there from Mike Sinclair to get out of the way as they fight for this position. Haber's home just about 8.3 seconds to Sutton. The margin back here to Tander and Cox. This is the fight for 3rd place. Golding behind in 5th. Ransley, Randall, Alexander, O'Keefe and Martin. That's the top 10. This guy is position 1 in series and in race. The Kumo tyre, number 21, Harley Haber, the form man of the car sales ARG eSport Cup, is going to get the business done in race 1, round 7 of the series at Oran Park. Crosses the line with a handy margin, 8.7 seconds back to Ash Sutton, the Panther Fuel. 116 is home in 2nd. On pole position, our star driver, Josh Files, the reigning TCR Europe champ. 45 cars, 20 minutes, Oran Park. What could possibly go wrong? Underway in the second race of round 7, and it's Files who'll lead us down to turn 1, although he won't quite close off the gap as they fire on in. The reverse 20 fast cars in the middle of the pack. Get set for drama at turn 1 and 2.
And we've got carnage in the background and a couple of cars straightened up in front, and we've got
Randall
around. That is half the field being taken out already.
Tander's up to 9th. He's made the big moves as we reel off this first lap at Oran Park. Have a look at this. How tight is it? As down to the inside, Will Brown tries to work a move on Chelsea Angelo. The rear of that Audi's already copped a punch in the boot. They're fighting for 5th and 6th spot. Brown will grab the spot. That's 5th. Up in front, that was Fraser. Off the road, out through the dirt. There he goes. He's out of the running. He was in the lead. He jumps back on the road, but he has cost himself plenty of time. Manif is the new race leader from Files, Johnson. Will Brown's going like a blur.
Stevie J, we ride on board with looking back at Will Brown, Chelsea Angelo just behind him, and George Medicki monstering the back of her entry as well. That's the dog leg. And unsettled.
That was Files. Wide. Oh, he's come back on the road and made contact with Brown. Off the road goes car 1. He'll get going again. There's Tander. He's gone through. Ransley goes through as well. We'll get a total replay and unfold and unpackage what happened there, but I think it was a case of Files dropping off the road, coming back on and making some contact with Will Brown, who ends up off the road. He's back to 10th, virtually where he started from.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Will Brown was looking very good early on in the race and taken out by Files. Let's have a look at the total replay.
Look, I don't think it was a totally deliberate scenario. Files here just made a mistake at the dog leg, dropped off the road on the exit. There's Brown. He's got him covered and passed. He's come back on and he's hit him. That'll be a penalty, no doubt about it. I can't see how he gets away with that one. Total replay here, Cameron. And we're having a look here. Jason Bargwana, Ben McMillan, turn 2. Ben's on the grass there and carded Barg's a little bit wide, and it opens the door for Harley Haber, the points leader, to pick up a free 2 positions. He's now 13th as McMillan jams it back down the inside at the next turn, makes a little bit of contact as well.
It's a perfect example, though, looking at Harley Haber still back there in 13th. We know his speed over one lap, just how strong he is. As we'll catch up with George Medicki very shortly because he's sitting up in the top 5 at the moment.
There's the end of the replay. McMillan sideways off the bridge, and that opened the door for Haber. Cars going everywhere. There's a few spots to be made here. Oh no, drama. Johnson and Medicki get together. Oh, Medicki gets away with it. You get going.
Yeah, mate. I had my hands full for a second there. I'm honest, but no, I was worried actually when I knew you guys were looking at me. I've got the worst race face ever. I look like I'm having a stroke. I was sort of half expecting it. When I know you're looking at me, I can put a bit of concentration into it. But
there's chaos behind you, mate. Garth Tander's been bumped off the road and is driving the wrong way down the road. And I'm hearing word of a star driver next week that will be joining the series for the night, who can't say who, but he's a young gun with experience in TCR, Supercars and Carrera Cup. Could be just about anybody. There's plenty of guys who've done those categories over the years. Wilmington makes a mistake, got in a bit too deep down there at the final turn. Here's Lachlan Manif in the 114 car. We haven't seen much of him at all. He got through that opening drama in the first few corners, came out in front, and will bring it on home. Lachlan Manif is the winner. Race 2, round 7 of the carsales ARG eSport Cup at Oran Park. Josh Files, our star driver, is home in 2nd spot. Angelo, hang on a second. What's happened here? She was on target for 3rd and has limped to the line. Hey, let's have a chat to her now. Chelsea, what happened? We caught the tail end of you there across the line in 5th. What happened to the 3rd?
Yeah, so I was passing a lap car coming into the last couple of quarters, and then coming into the very last corner, I fuel surged. I ran out of fuel, hence why I ended up 5th.
Before we go, let's recap the results in race 2, round 7 of the series. Manif the winner, 3.6 seconds clear of our star driver, the Englishman Josh Files. Jaden Ransley 3rd, Harley Haber 4th. They are 1-2 in the series. They finished in the opposite order in this one. Chelsea Angelo, the poor thing, was going to be 3rd, still got a 5th. James Golding has had a solid night. He's 6th. Will Brown fought his way back from that drama early in 7th. Then Medicki, Fraser and Tony D'Alberto rounds out the top 10.